Hey, so yesterday was my 30th birthday, and one of the really cool things that I did at my party was that I opened up a time capsule that I created when I was 23. And the time capsule is full of things that I thought were important at the time and things that I asked people that were important in my life at the time to give me. So, like letters or whatever they thought were things that were important to give me at the time. And I hadn't opened it. It was wrapped. It was at my dad's house. And I found it the day before my birthday. And I didn't open it until late, late, late that night. It was very emotional for me to open, more than I expected. And I just wanted to share some highlights with you. It was a pretty cool thing. Like, people didn't believe that I had done that. They were like, "Is this what? Who is this from?" It says from Mary. Who else is Mary? And I was like, "No, it's from me. I made it for myself many years ago, and I'm gonna open it tonight." And I recommend doing this for yourself for an age that you pick. It can be arbitrary, it can be a decade birthday, it can be 35 or 42, whatever you want. But I like this idea of creating a moment in time that's particular to you now that you can then relate to later on, and you're not going to remember what you put in there, and it'll be really sentimental and special for you. So I'm going to go through some of the cool things in here, and there's so many things that I won't be able to get to, but I want to go through a couple cool things, and then I want to read the letter that I wrote to myself that I somehow surpassed. I missed when I was reading it and when I was going through everything in front of everyone at the party. I just completely missed this envelope. So I read it today and I like bawled like a baby. So I want to show you some cool stuff, and then I'm going to make a post about it. So there will be more pictures and scans and stuff that you can check out. But just wanted to do a little video for you. Okay. So first of all, Janice she wrapped a package up in Spam wrapping paper, and inside of it was this giant tablecloth with these like ridiculous words on it. I if we were out of this in the future, it would have been a problem. Speaking of things that we could have potentially been out of in the future, I put my favorite pen in there. It's the Precise V5. Need to make sure that I have this. I also thought that maybe this might have been out of stock. An Ariel, like, knick-knack that I had since I was a kid. A Kawaii toilet pen from Janice. The lid opens. Googly eyes, because if we were to ever run out of those, like, holy hell. A mix CD with all of my favorite songs at the time that I put this together, which is bordering on embarrassing. A collection of stamps, which includes all of the custom stamps that I made, and I'm really excited because some of them I thought were gone forever, but I have one of each, and I might not ever send them, but it's cool that I have them. Glow stick rings. a lot of stuff from my old job at the psych rehab, like an order for a lunch takeout. I used to go everywhere to get lunch for people. Let's see. This really cool envelope. Do you still use Facebook? Maybe I was thinking maybe that had been a fad. And I had printed out a screenshot of what Facebook looked like at the time with my current photo and cover page and what it looked like my current status, which was, do you think I could get a discounted pass to next year's Super Bowl game if I promised to only come in at the end when they release the confetti? Which I'm still kind of curious about. And then the second page was like my About Me page. This is from Janice. I hope that someone has invented a flying car and that jeans with rhinestones on the butt are not a thing anymore, and you are the best friend that I've ever had. And Janice. A pay stub from the nonprofit that I worked at that is mostly just depressing. A bunch of actual photos that I would get printed out from adventures that I'd have with my friends. That's Charlotte and Katie. Bug. My trip to Chicago. Janice. My favorite mural before it got covered up. A letter from my boyfriend at the time, Matt, which is actually like really perfect. It's kind of nihilistic and just like, hey, this is what we're doing today and at the moment, and I love you now, and I hope that when you read this, I still love you, but who's to say? And it was pretty perfect. A bunch of letters and cards from members that worked or that went to the psych rehab that I worked at. And a bunch of people signed a specific card that was circulating around. Charlotte, if you're watching this, you did actually sign the card in the only way that you could have possibly signed a card. A really moving note from my boss at the psych rehab. A letter from my dad that I don't think he really understood. He's talking about like military intelligence and stuff. And now I'm going to read you the letter that I wrote myself that made me bawl earlier. Dear 30-year-old Mary, right now you are 23. You are almost done with UMBC, and you have no interest in going back to school after you get your bachelor's. You've almost been at ALI, the psych rehab, for 4 years now, and you've been with Matt for over 5. You haven't even been able to enjoy Bug for a year yet, and you have rediscovered root beer. Your favorite color is yellow, and you also really like teal a lot. You drive Gabby, the red Honda Fit. What I hope for you, the now you, 6 years after I write this is, I hope you are happy. I hope you are having a marvelous birthday and that you are not freaked out about turning 30. What have you already accomplished? Focus on that. You are not old. I hope you still have multiple pairs of shoes made out of glitter and sparkles. If not, maybe then you actually are old. I hope you spend today with Matt, who by now may be your husband, which I hope, if that's the case, is still really awkward for you to say, since husband is a very weird word. I hope you have figured out your job and what you want to do, and even if you want to use your degree. Did you open up a glitter bar store? Did you write a book? Do you still blog? Do you still make and send mail? I hope all of the answers to these questions are yes and yes with enthusiasm. It's okay if you've changed, and it's good if you've grown. But I never want you to forget how it feels when you are alone in the car with the windows down and a song resonates with you and you feel full and inspired and you hit the car roof with your hand because you feel too big and large for what the car can contain. These moments so far have happened with you and only you. And I should never forget that I am a good time if I choose to be. And that is what you should choose. So go kiss Matt, say hi to Janice, pet Bug, thank your dad, and drink a root beer, because you're just getting started. I can't think of a better way to talk to myself in the past. I hope that is inspiring to you. Make your own time capsule.